And in the Impact segment tonight, one of the most controversial statements during Tuesday's debate was this one from Mitt Romney.
I went to my staff and I said, how come all the people for these jobs are all men? They said, well, these are the people that have the qualifications. And I said, well, gosh, can't we find some women that are also qualified? And so we took a concerted effort to go out and find women who had backgrounds that could be qualified to become members of our cabinet. I went to a number of women's groups and said, can you help us find folks? And they brought us whole binders full of women.
Now, he was talking about when he was governor of Massachusetts trying to hire more women. So when I heard that, I said, that sounds good, right? Wrong.
Binders disturbed me. That was unnerving to be talking about binders. I don't think I know anything about binders, not in that regard. But, you know, equal pay for equal work is such a simple solution to the United States equal employment problem.
So binders disturbed Ms. Ledbetter. This is Erica Payne, founder of the Agenda Project, a progressive organization from Boston. Wendy Murphy, who apparently was involved, deeply involved with Governor Romney's binder situation up in the Bay State. That must have hurt, this binder, So is this as crazy as I think it is?
I suspect some people heard the word and thought, I don't know about S&M, but the fact is we really did put binders together, lots and lots of binders. I served on the task force of what was called, and still is around, called the Mass Gap Project, part of the Mass Women's Political Caucus, and it was an effort underway before Romney became governor. But here's why what he said is exactly true. He could have sat back and said, well, I'm the governor, and if they want to bring me something, I'll sit here and wait for it. That's not what he did. He sent Carrie Healy, his lieutenant governor at the time, who, by the way, is one of his key advisors right now, and I may vote for her for president. She is fantastic, and on these issues really is, just a critically important leader. On behalf of Mitt Romney, give him kudos for doing what he did, sending Carrie Healy to our meetings.
But look, when you heard the binder comment, did you think, like me, this is insane? Yes or no?
What I thought was, good for him. He's pointing out the Mass Gap Project.
That wasn't exactly yes or no, but I'm going to take it as a yes.
No, but what I was upset about was the objection after the fact. It made no sense. Why would you object to what this man did?
That's what I'm talking about. All right. Now, you, Erica Payne, have a binder with you. Do you know that? Would you hold it up so everybody can see the binder?
I don't have pictures of women in it.
This is a binder. Well, I don't know if he had pictures. I think he had names and qualifications in the binder, which is, I think, where you put them unless you get them tattooed on you somewhere. All right. I can't believe that any woman would be offended by that statement.
I think that that it conjured up a view of an Arab sheik sort of flipping through to find the women for his harem.
Was there a minuet on the binder or a turban?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen the binder, so I don't know. But I'll leave it to Wendy. And I mean, I think that's a great project that Wendy undertook, and that we definitely want to get more women in the public sector. But there was a piece of the flipping through binders full of women that I thought was moderately offensive. And what I find more offensive is that he's created a smokescreen of these binders to say that, look, he did a great job hiring women into his administration, which was true, as Wendy would say. It was true when he went in. He did a great job. 42% of his new hires were women. Well, by the end of his administration in Massachusetts, that number was below what it was when he came in. So it was 30% when he went in, 27%.
Should there be a litmus test? Should there be their percentage of women that have to be hired?
Well, I mean, we're the majority of the population. We're the majority of law school graduates. We're the majority of college graduates. So I would say it can't be all that hard to. Well, how about a quota that just equals us out to the population?
I have to say, ladies, I just think this is so crazy. But here's why it's going on, Wendy. When you have a president who is in trouble, and President Obama is right now. Could change, but right now he could lose. Then his supporters, like Ms. Payne and Ms. Ledbetter, are going to find anything to denigrate and diminish the opposition.
Right.
So now we have a binder. This is how far we've gone down. When the governor tried to do a good thing by your reporting, by Wendy Murphy's reporting, his good thing is being thrown back in his head because he used the word binder.
But look, here's the problem. Here's why. So many women's rights groups and victims' rights groups, not only in Massachusetts but around the country, they're not really speaking on behalf of women. They are, in a sense, shill groups, especially the nonprofits, on behalf of the Democrats. And, you know, they don't really care about women's interests. I'm telling you, I worked on 2 of Governor Romney's commissions in Massachusetts. I worked with Kerry Healy. I watched her come to our meetings and say, Governor Romney wants women to be in positions of authority.
Right. I think
and
we've
he did
established
everything he could.
So
he
first of all,
deserves
let's
credit
give
for
Erica.
that.
I'm going to give you 40 seconds to wrap it up. So don't say anything crazy, so I have to interrupt, but go ahead.
So the fact that Wendy just said women's groups and right after said victims group is another thing I find personally offensive. The other thing I would say is that there are an inordinate number of women in this country. By the way, we are the majority of voters, which is left off every media show I've seen. 10 million more women voted last election than men. And so I am tired of being treated like a second-class citizen. I think women across the country are tired of being treated like second-class citizens. And Wendy, you did interrupt me, but thank you. And I'm tired of being treated like a victim.
No more interruptions.
We are more qualified than many men in this country, and Mitt Romney doesn't seem to.
I don't believe
Mitt Romney deserves
All right,
women's...
That's it. I don't believe you're being treated as a second-class citizen. I've never seen that. If somebody does treat you that way, let me know. I gotta go. We'd like you to vote in our new